Crucifixion of Jesus. The crucifixion story of the Christ is, of course, allegorical. It is a message for us today. The crucifixion of the body of Jesus is telling us that the body is nothing. It is the spirit that is all important. Thus, if the body dies, it is of no importance. The two thieves that were crucified alongside Jesus represents two aspects of our physicality that we can afford to lose to reveal our spiritual aspect. One is ego and the other is will. Ego and will tend to work in harmony together for many people. Their ego pushes them to have a determined view on subjects, and their will pushes them to want to persuade others that their point of view is correct and the only one worth having. One sees this in politicians who create in their mind an idea, and then their will pushes them to give speeches, hoping that as many people as possible will accept their point of view. So, the crucifixion is telling us that if we can move away from being totally concentrated on the importance of physicality, reduce our ego and our will to make others think like us, we can reveal the Christ spirit that we all have. The sword pushed into the body of Jesus represents the power of God that finally strikes the death blow, as we can break contact with our physical aspects and move on to working with our spiritual aspects. The sword has long been used in metaphors as the power of God. For instance, St. George killing the dragon with a sword, or the story of King Arthur and his sword, Excalibur. In the Bible, Jesus saying, "Today you will be with me in paradise," refers to the spiritual aspects of the two thieves. But, of course, the story really refers to us. So, having crucified our ego and will, and having transformed them into spiritual aspects, they become holy, not physical. Ego and will are not negative except when used in a physical sense. Ego and will, used in a spiritual fashion, help the spirituality of all. A spiritual person uses his ego as desire to help others, not self. Will is the force to put the desire to help others into action. Thus ego and will, having been crucified in a physical sense, were transformed into a spiritual form to help others instead of helping self.